And we're in. Welcome back to the fucking Monday show. Danny, how you doing, man?
I am doing just grand. Don't remember a goddamn thing that we're doing because I'm neck deep in Zelda at the moment. But
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, by the time this comes out, you'll probably already be done with Ocarina of Time.
I'm getting, so right now I'm probably, I would say I'm close to the halfway point.
Damn.
Like we have beaten the Forest Temple, so we're into the adult Link portion of the game. I can't remember. Did you ever finally beat, I know you played it finally because I browbeat you into playing it.
Oh, Ocarina?
Yeah, did you finally
Yes.
beat it?
Oh, yeah. I have beaten Ocarina of Time. I played it on 3DS, which was a delight. I can't, not just because I hate the N64 controller, but not the remaster. Well, they're kind of remasters for the 3DS were so excellent.
It was something of a remaster. Yeah, they fixed there was a few quality of life improvements, and I think it did get a slight kind of graphical facelift.
Those improvements too, like not having to go through, like having that second screen, fucking clutch. Oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah, it's what I'm finding with it is that it's still my favorite game of all time emotionally.
Yeah.
But I definitely have enough separation from it at this point to realize that it's not the best game of all time. Point period, you know.
Sure.
And I'm also finding out how much, it's like, say what you will about the N64 controller, but the N64 controller and that game are an almost perfect marriage, because trying to play it on the Wii U has been a nightmare.
I think part of it though is that you need to remap your muscle memory. You playing that game, you played it like probably 15 times all the way through on N64. A lot of it, I'm thinking, is you need to remap your brain and how everything works.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it, because like you said, I've done a lot. I've played it a lot on N64, so my brain is trained for the controller. That's definitely part of it. The other part of it is that my most recent thing that I've been playing before that was Breath of the Wild, and so I've been doing a lot of Breath of the Wild muscle memory in the early parts, where it's like I'll be hitting B to sprint, and there is no sprint in that game. It's B pulls up the sword, so it's like it really fucks you up. But you know, it took a little while to get the muscle memory down. I'm still not in love with the controls with the Wii U gamepad, but we're getting there.
Are you using like the stylus and everything?
Oh god, no. I don't even have a stylus for
yours.
No, it didn't. I bought mine used. It didn't come with one.
I used it basically when I searched through the eShop, which I was very happy to learn that the eShop was still functional.
I was too. I had to go buy Ocarina of Time because it was one of those games that like you said, I've always played it on N64. I still have my copy from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I still have my save file from when I was a kid.
Damn.
Like, yeah, I would always go back to that save file.
Now, be honest with me. Are you the type of dude who's like, get the fuck out of here? Who names the character Link, or do you name it like Butthole Surfer or something?
So my original save file from when I was 10, 11, whatever it was, is in all capital letters, Bite Me.
That's such a kid thing, man. That's so good.
Such a very 11-year-old boy thing to do. But I've gone back and forth. Sometimes I've done it where it's my own name. Sometimes I've done it where it's Link. Sometimes I've done it like in honor of you for this playthrough. I did it as Daniel.
Thank God. Oh wait, I thought you were gonna be like in honor of me. You named it like Jake UL or something.
And now that maybe when we get to Majora's Mask, we'll do Jake UL.
No, not for Majora's. Come on, man.
But yeah, I'm excited for you to get to that series because there's lots of subtweeting of you.
Oh, thank God.
'Cause I know we've gone back and forth. We've had a lot of battles over the years when it comes to Z targeting and.
Look, Z targeting is fucking terrible. Like, I understand the merits.
And I come to your side of the fence on that.
Wow.
With the Wii U gamepad, it works perfectly fine on the N64 controller. For whatever reason, it is dog shit on the Wii U gamepad.
Weird. I still think it's the muscle memory thing, but also, can we talk about how fucking hard this game is? This is ridiculous.
In fairness, I'm distracting you by bringing up your problematic.
Not
phase, like
even.
target.
I just get like fucking 2-shot. Like, what the hell?
And there's also the other thing I'm noticing as I'm going back through, because it like you said, I've played through it probably at least, I would say I've beaten it at least 12 or 13 times. There was a period where between like, I would say like 21 and 25, I probably, or maybe even 26, I played through all the way and beat it at least once a year.
I used to have games like that. I would do that with the original BioShock. I loved those games.
Like it was like game comfort food. It still is in many ways.
Sure.
But I have not touched it in probably a solid 4+ years at this point. Like I think I played through it once in Alaska, and that would have been 2017 probably when I would have played through it.
Was it that long ago? Oh my god.
Yeah, so we're talking like a solid 4 years since I've done anything with it, and it's amazing how much I've forgotten in just that time. Like, there was an entire episode recently where I just fucked around the entire episode in the Forest Temple, where I was just like, I just got stuck. Like, I just could not find how to get through, and I'm just like going to the same 4 rooms over and over again. It was such a terrible episode. And then I got, finished with it, and I was super frustrated. Went and looked up a fact and realized that what I had forgotten was there was a key literally right outside the front door.
See,
like,
that's what I like to call the Dathomir episode. Really, who amongst us hasn't been there, all right?
Yeah. Who amongst us hasn't been to Dathomir 4 times in a single playthrough?
Look, I stand by my decisions. No, like when I had like just recording like a puzzle game for some reason, and I really regret it because I get stuck on every fucking puzzle. I just do not have the brain capacity to do puzzles anymore. So like I have no problems. I'll give it like 10-20 minutes, and then I'll just Google the puzzle while I'm playing, and then that's it. Because I'm just not trying to be frustrated.
When I get to Breath of the Wild in 6 months to a year, whenever that series comes to fruition, I will 100% be looking up guides for some of those shrines, because
some of them are fucking crazy, man.
Who has the time for some of them?
But I will say, I love the shrine design way better than the classic temple design, I think.
Yes and no. Like there are certain temples, the water temple springs to mind. I was shocked really going through how incredibly linear the Young Link dungeons are in Ocarina of Time. Like those are just, I mean, I always knew they were the training dungeons and whatnot, but
Babies First Zelda dungeon.
They really are. They are dungeons for babbies. Like it took me
which means they're right for me.
It took me like less than half of an episode to get through the entire first dungeon. Like it was like 10 minutes.
That is super quick. Because as a kid, it seems like they're insurmountable.
Oh, as a kid, the third dungeon, Jabba Jabba's Belly, took me a solid like 3 months. Now, granted, I was 9 and
a dumb, borderline, non-functional child.
Yeah,
we all were. We all were.
I was 9 and I didn't own the game. I was playing on my cousin's cartridge at their house.
Oh, interesting.
So,
how did you get into Zelda? Was it their cartridge? Was it that?
That was where the love affair really started. The first Zelda I ever played was Zelda 1.
Oh wow.
But it was never a game that I beat. I still haven't beat it to this day. My brother, when he went away to college, he left behind his NES. And so it had Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, Zelda 1, a few other games. And so I remember dicking around in Zelda 1 and just like being like, this is cool, but I'm also 5 and I don't understand how this works.
Yeah.
Like,
it did kind of ask a lot of you. Like, and games back then were just generally hard.
Yeah, Zelda 1 is a very obtuse game. Zelda 1 tells you nothing. And
I mean, Breath of the Wild is that exact same vibe.
Oh, absolutely. Zelda 1 or Breath of the Wild is 100% a spiritual sequel to Zelda 1. Zelda 1 is Breath of the Wild just with less technical capabilities.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a durability mechanic. You thought it was gone. Here we go.
I'm excited to see how I feel about that when we get to the Breath of the Wild on this one.
It's going to be Breath of the Jake subtweets. That's exactly what that game is.
But yeah, all of like Zelda 1 and Breath of the Wild are very much like spiritual partners, and then Zelda 2 is kind of its own weird thing. Like Zelda 2 is a fucking bizarre game.
Yeah, it's the side scroller one. That just is insane to me.
It was in that period where Nintendo was of the opinion that
every like game had to be different, right?
Yeah, every sequel, every entry in a series had to be completely different. You could not possibly do the same thing again and expect to succeed.
Yeah.
And so,
hey man, I'm thinking. What if
Zelda 2, as a result, is fucking bizarre to the point where it's like not really revisitable. Like I played it a little bit on the NES Classic, and it's just not fun. Like it's not fun at all.
Yeah, and I don't think and far be it for me to make the claim. This is probably a bold claim, and r/Zelda's gonna have my balls for this, but I don't think many people would put Zelda 2 on like the Zelda game list. Like you know what I mean? Like the.
Oh yeah.
Sure, like I'm sure it has a story, and I'm sure there's some good shit in there, but like no one's like Zelda 2 is my game. That's mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some dude out there because everyone's a fucking hipster for something, but
much like Mario 2 is kind of the redheaded stepchild of that series. Zelda 2 is very much the redheaded stepchild of Zelda.
Everyone knows that Mario 3 is the best one.
You're not 100% wrong. Like it's up there.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta think. I mean, like overall, my favorite one is Odyssey. Like, God, I just fucking fell in love with that game. I mean, I am super jazzed for 3D World, and like, you and I may just like record something in that and like upload those on the weekend, or just dick around in that, because like, God damn, that game is so good.
Yeah, you were banging the drum on that for a long time, even when I wasn't really doing very much with games.
Yeah, and that's another one that like I got introduced on the 3DS.
That's one. Need to power the others. So why do you think I should fit on the Spider-Man? Don't you think she might react?
This seems like a bad idea. I don't know what I'm doing.
Powering up the super villain. You're doing the villain's work for him, just like any good superhero movie.
Oh, classic.
Talking to her is easier than sneaking around behind her back.
Khan, the other Spider-Man was super clear. Don't tell anyone who you are.
You told me. Maybe if she knows.
So yeah, I know some of these have the
she'll rethink the whole Tinkerer thing.
the puzzle.
Maybe you're right.
A little like
See.
Connect the dots puzzle.
Okay, and it looks like we got one left? Two left? No, we did that one. I think it's just this one left. Yeah, I think this one is the one that has the puzzle. This has this thing?
No one's here. I could look around some.
Some of them, though, it's like you have to charge the thing, and then you have to connect the dots with the line.
All right, that's two. Hope this is a good idea. Finn's been making new weapons to deal with me. Guess she told the rest of the underground to keep tabs.
Oh, great. More horrific weapons that can just fucking body me. I love it. Find power sources and connect them to the central container.
Yeah. So yeah, that
These
one
things?
that's behind. Yeah, the one that's behind the thing you raised, the picture.
Yeah.
That one, you charged it, but you didn't connect it.
Oh, okay.
So you shoot one of the R1 webs to it, and then
Cables
you'll have to.
Probably worth following.
It's behind you. Down. To your right. Hit your R3 again. There you go. So you tether it to that, and then attach it to the. There you go.
Dope.
One to go.
Oh, I guess the one that's over there?
Yep. Similar thing. But this one's a two-parter, I think. So you got to tether it from that one in the front to this one, and then.
Can't make a direct connection.
Turn on the containment unit. Yeah, let's go do some bad stuff.
All right, what are you up to, Finn? Finn's pumping energy into the new one, making it unstable like my venom did.
Which exploded the bridge. So.
Of course she's making a
does she
bomb.
wanna blow up the theater?
I mean, they're a bad guy. What else are you really gonna make?
It's true.
Not the theater. Roxxon Plaza.
Whoa, what?
I mean,
How could she?
I'm cool with
It's
that.
not open yet, so there'll be no casualties.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, this.
it's like friendly terrorism, you know?
Yeah, again, like this is very much libertarian Spider-Man the game. Like this is very
Yeah.
much
I'm taking a
aren't
new
both
form.
sides the worst. The game. Like,
Come on.
it's like you have one side that is poisoning people on a wide scale under the guise of like hyper capitalism,
Yeah.
and then you have another side that is trying to stop them through questionable, sometimes violent means. Clearly, both of these are the same. Like,
The fucking false equivalency. I love it.
yeah. That should have been the title of the game: Spider-Man and the False Equivalency.
You're
I
right.
think that was a plot point,
Get
you
that
know?
new form out of here.
It's, it's part of my issues with the story of this game. It's like he's a little bit willfully ignorant.
I mean,
Young
also,
Miles.
willfully ignorant is like,
Is on her way.
what? He's 17 right now. How old? He's still in high school, right? Like
Yeah, he's still in high school.
that kind of
I mean,
checks
he's
out.
How many labs does
Yeah.
she need?
I mean,
we were
I was that way for sure.
Stay in one place.
Oh, 100%. We were dumb as shit as teenagers.
Yeah. Like, we are not the people to emulate if any of our content on the internet made that unclear.
Yeah, that doesn't make it painfully obvious.
Do they find me? I don't understand.
No, they haven't found you yet.
I'm trying to do this stealthy because this game is fucking hard as balls.
And it's so goddamn satisfying. Like,
Yeah, it is pretty satisfying, but I do like in Spider-Man. I've been playing like the original one. I just put that shit on easy mode. God, I really love just like beating people to death all the time.
welcome to my entire experience with games. I am story mode.
Just the story easy mode.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes
Who
I
has
just
the time.
ooh, this
Who
was
am I trying to impress?
a fucking gamble. This was a fucking gamble. All right. Oh, I guess I do
forget.
have cloak. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget you got your camouflage.
Whew, thank God, because I fuck up a lot, you know? Alright. Let's... Oh, can I not web him up?
Shot, you get that cash yet? Shot?
Whatever.
Hey, someone check on him. Aye, aye, Captain.
I like the just steady, like, lo-fi beats that play in the background of this game.
I liked in Watch Dogs 2, the main character wore headphones when he was doing stealth missions.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, and so like you would get this like. Granted, it was just the game soundtrack. Like it wasn't like a rotating playlist or anything. But it
Yeah,
had
you couldn't get Blues Traveler or anything, I understand.
but
Never
it
let
had
it die.
but it had this just cool like kind of atmospheric quality to it that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and I think that's what made the original Grand Theft Auto games, like, I don't want to say revolutionary, but like as a kid, like being able to just drive around a fake city listening to songs and stuff was so cool. Granted, I listened to the talk radio, like the comedy talk radio.
It's always this easy.
That was like the best part.
I'm telling you, man, even from just and it's old enough now that you can probably get it really cheap. You should just get GTA 5 just for don't fuck with the story. Like just do it just to fuck around in a beautiful open world. Because it is gorgeous and it is relaxing to just drive around, listen to some tunes, and maybe blow some shit up just for fun. Like
It's
the
definitely
story is
one of the
nonsense.
biggest. It's one of the biggest black not black marks, but like blind spots in my gaming repertoire. Because I've just not played it. I never played 4.
The story, see, Lizzie likes 4 way more than I do. 4 is fine. It's just, I think 4 ages incredibly terribly when compared to 5. Like the jump from 4 to 5, I think is bigger than the jump from, say, like 3 to Vice City. Like 3 was good, but Vice City took it to like a whole other level that made it this whole other experience that you really enjoyed. And it's a similar type thing for me. Like 4 was really cool in like 2007 when it came out, but it is immediately overshadowed by 5. Like there's no.
Didn't they fuck with
the
fuck with the driving in 4 or something?
That was my biggest complaint about 4 was the driving. I hated the driving. They made it too like. They tried to make it too realistic, so like if you hit anything, even just like barely touched a light pole,
yeah,
your guy would go like flying through the windshield. And that's not what you. To me, that's not what I play GTA for.
No, it's for the fantasy.
It's for the absurdity. It's for the just drive around, run people over, throw my car off of buildings, like, just dumb shit.
Yeah, get a jetpack in San Andreas. No one's playing it. No one was wanting in San Andreas to have to go and eat and make sure your guy can eat.
Yeah,
that's so dumb.
Mechanic. So dumb. That's why I've never had the warm and fuzzies for San Andreas that some people have. Like, it's not a bad game necessarily, but the eating mechanic just fucking ruins it and makes me not want to go back to it.
It made a lot of the stuff tedious.
Yeah. But 5 is a totally fun, just kind of chill, do whatever you want kind of game. And the story, while being completely like, it's not a story that like I would say like, oh my god, the story's so good, you have to experience it.
Yeah.
It has really fun moments in it. Like it's the character work in it is really strong. Like the 3 protagonists.
I have heard that.
The 3 protagonist thing is super cool, because you get to experience like different personas and different attitudes towards things. And Trevor, one of the main protagonists,
is he like the homeless Santa man, like the old white guy?
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious, and his storyline is probably the best one in the game.
Interesting.
So it's definitely one of those ones that, like I said, I wouldn't say you need to spend, because I know that's not really your type of game. I wouldn't say you need to spend like hundreds of hours in it, but if you can find it for like, less than $20, you owe it to yourself to at least pick it up and just like experience that world the way that it. I mean, granted, I know it's, God, at this point, what is it, an 8-year-old game?
Yeah, it came out on the PS3, dude.
Yeah, I bought it new on PS3. I upgraded to PS4 when I got my PS4.
Yeah.
And it's still on PS5, so it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's had a lot of longevity, but.
And I've still never touched GTA Online. Like,
I can't think of anything I'd want to play less than GTA Online. Granted, I don't like multiplayer games like talk about it, so.
Yeah. It just has never held any interest for me. But that's what's kept it up for as long as it has, is the health of the multiplayer.
Because they can just make infinite money with it.
Yeah,
I just gotta say,
story.
This is fucking awesome. What we're doing now.
The cinematics in this game are just A tier.
This reminds me of when in the original Spider-Man, and I just did this part of the game, where they did the raft, and you have to chase Electro around. Best part of that entire game. Granted, the entire third act is incredible, but this is awesome.
This weirdly reminds me of a mission in GTA 5 where you
do you get superpowers?
No, you don't get superpowers, but you do get to blow up a freighter ship like that. And you blow up the freighter ship and you steal a submarine off of it, which is kind of cool, but it's also not, because then you have to control the submarine, and it controls about as well as you would imagine.
Ugh. Is this where he's going to be like, Finn, do it, Finn. I love you.
Good reason not to end.
Oh, give me one good reason.
My mom would be very upset.
Miles?
Damn.
She looks like somebody, and I cannot figure out who it is. It's driving me nuts every time we do these.
Yeah. She kind of reminds me of Zoe Kravitz, who I just
a
have
little
an insane crush on. She's actually in the High Fidelity show, which I've heard is a great show.
Yeah, I've heard it's a pretty decent, like,
I think I got
new
canceled,
take.
but yeah.
Yeah, pretty decent new take on the High Fidelity
She cracked a rib. Or
story.
3.
Which is still probably my favorite movie of all time.
How to go with Finn?
It's up there. I watched it not too long ago, and it's just
My parents get back.
Sonic fucking Death Monkey. Name of this episode. Done. I fucking love that.
Kathleen Turner
Overdrive. We're on the verge of being Kathleen Turner Overdrive. But tonight, we're going to be Sonic fucking Death Monkey.
Barry Jive and the
Uptown
Uptown
5. I love it. How many fucking points do I have? Oh, I just have one. I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's kind of the movie where people discovered Jack Black. Like, he'd been around, but like I'm trying to remember if he had done. He definitely hadn't done. God, do you remember the fucking Jack Black vehicle? Like,
it's okay.
we're gonna make Jack Black a
I'll call you
star.
later.
Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal, yeah. I think they made a sequel to that movie. And also,
God.
he did Gulliver's Travels.
I need some advice.
But you know what he is delightful in? Is the Jumanji movie, which is better than it has any fucking right to be. Like
That's what I've heard.
Thanks,
the
man.
one with the rock and stuff.
Talk to you soon.
Way better than it has any right to be.
No idea.
I
what
have
Finn
I have
is.
heard that. I still
Or
have
who
no.
to find.
So here's my like
Guess I should kill some
90s
time
kid
to Uncle
confession.
Hands for you.
Yeah.
I have probably like. I won't say
Yankees
zero,
as a street
but
artist
it's
named
not much
Hayes
higher
that
than
believe in
zero
people messing with
nostalgia
Harlem.
for Jumanji. Like
Yeah.
Jumanji just never did it for me, and like I think it was part of like I didn't see it until much. I didn't see it in the theaters. Like I think I saw it at my cousin's house like years later, and like it was fine, but it wasn't like anything that like changed my life or anything. So like when people get like all, oh man, Jumanji, this like pillar of the 90s and like Robin Williams filmography, I'm always like,
No.
like, it's
I don't
fine.
think I would ever go like I think you need to watch Jumanji just at some point, but like I could never rewatch Jumanji and be fine. If we're going Robin Williams like kid movie, we're going Hook. We're going Hook every time because it's a way better movie. Minus the one weird scene where he like makes out with Julia Roberts.
I'm trying to think like I'm trying to name a Robin Williams quote unquote like kids movie. I guess Hook would be it.
Patch
Like,
Adams.
yes. Not a kids movie, but
Good Morning
like,
Vietnam. No,
No,
definitely.
but like
not that.
a Robin Williams kids movie that like I really hold up is like because like he did like
I mean Aladdin,
did-
but it's not live action.
Well-
It doesn't count.
right, but like he did Jumanji, he did Hook, he did Jack.
Wow. Yeah,
Like-
Oscar bait movie that was.
Yeah, like I just like I much prefer Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, yeah.
Good Morning Vietnam, like The Birdcage, like
Oh my god, I fucking love the Birdcage.
this girl's cool.
I really like her. I would love more representation of deaf people in games.
Said you could help
sure.
me find the guys messing with Harlem. You followed them?
And I
Dangerous.
love that Miles like already knows sign language. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like he's clearly
I'll go
already
there.
like prepped
Try
for
to
this.
shut them down.
He's just like way cool. Try not to die. Dude, story of my life with this game. It's real hard. Shout out to the fucking DJ music.
Hey man, Haley told me where to find our criminal friends' setup. Hoping I could shut down however they're communicating with their boss.
I'll check nearby cell phone towers. Do some network surveillance. See if I can figure it out so we can cut the connection.
Dope. I'll call you when I'm there.
Yeah, and the original Spider-Man, I keep telling myself, like, I'm not going to 100% it, and then I end up just listening to podcasts and doing everything in the game. It's really hard not to. It's just so fun.
Didn't Lizzie discover that part of the requirements to 100% it is that you have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty?
Yeah, I think for the platinum, I have no intention of doing that, but like just running around and doing all the side quests and getting all the backpacks and stuff, it's just been so fun. Oh no, this looks awful.
Guys are definitely set up here. Gonna clear them out.
At least they're normal dudes, and they're not dudes with like the electrical bullshit. I can settle for that. So after Ocarina of Time, what is your next one? What's your plan? Do you have a game plan?
Yeah, I mean, the easiest thing to do would just be to go in chronological order, you know.
Sure.
So to follow up Ocarina with Majora. The thing the other thing I like about your idea for this is that I do have sort of a mix of familiarity with all these games. Like Ocarina of Time, at least I thought I knew like the back of my hand. I'm finding out that's not really the case as I go through it, but I've definitely played that game a ton. But
Of course.
but Majora's Mask, I've never beaten. Played it a little bit here and there, but the timed mechanic has always put me off of it, and I've never beaten it.
And yet I get shit for hating on the time mechanic.
Oh no, I'm going to hate on it so much. Like it's the main reason I've never finished it.
But you can reset time.
Wind Waker, of course, I have played a lot of. I haven't played it as much as
Yeah.
Ocarina, but I've played a ton of. I've beaten it before.
Wind Waker's a fucking joy.
Yeah, I have not beaten the HD remake though, so this will be the first time I'll have beaten that.
Yeah, the
Twilight
HD remake I got. You know, like in every Zelda game, like you have the first initial quest, and then some MacGuffin happens, and then it opens up like 4 new temples you gotta go do.
Yep.
I got to that in Wind Waker and then stopped.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely some things in Wind Waker that are not going to be as familiar to me as things in Ocarina. Like even though I might not remember the minutia sometimes of Ocarina, I remember the story beats like the back of my hand. Like
Yeah.
those are memorized. Those are hardwired into my brain. But Wind Waker is a little bit less so. And then Twilight Princess, much like Majora, like I played it a little bit, but never beat it. So that'll be kind of an interesting.
I am super
experience.
jazzed for Twilight Princess. That's one that's always been on my radar.
Yeah. And much like Wind Waker, I'm doing the HD remake on that one too.
Yeah. I just wish
and then, of
Nintendo
course-
would put their fucking games on sale. They never put stuff on sale.
Yeah, I think I ended up getting Twilight Princess on one of those like Target 2-for-1 sales, and was able to get Twilight Princess and the Super Smash Brothers for the Wii. This was a few years ago now.
Yeah.
The Wii U. And it was the like deluxe edition of Twilight Princess, so I got the Wolf Link amiibo.
Oh, I know you're all over that.
Yeah. Even though that was the main thing that put me off of really digging into Twilight Princess when I got it was
The wolf? Oh, yeah.
the fact that they make you do so much Wolf Link horseshit in the first like 2 hours.
It does seem weird from like a pacing front.
Yeah, it was just I don't know, but I'm willing to give it another try. I'm willing to, because I do want to. I want to say that I'll have been able to beat all of the 3D Zeldas minus Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I really wish they would just bite the bullet and, like, you know, what, 10, 15 years since that game's been released, just bite the bullet and say, here, play it without the motion controls.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to just from I mean, Nintendo's usually pretty good about completionism stuff. Like, you would think just from a completionist standpoint, they'd want to say, like, all right, here, there is more than one way to enjoy this one game.
Yeah, but also, like, if any company is like, fuck you, you're gonna play the game our way, it's Nintendo.
True, I mean, I don't know. Especially for a tentpole franchise like Zelda.
Oh yeah, I think they absolutely should have done it that way. I'm very, very surprised they did it the way they did, but that's Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't
But
imagine.
yeah,
Like, do you
then-
think they would ever do just like a
The door.
straight motion control Mario? Like that would never happen.
Inside if I use the gear.
Oh no, I don't think so. If they didn't do it on the Wii, then they're never gonna do it anywhere else. Like
Yeah.
they'll make it a part of the game, just like they did in Mario Galaxy and to a lesser extent in Odyssey.
Yeah, I
Like,
like the
no-
way they
no-
did it in Odyssey. It was subtle almost. It was great.
Yeah, it's there. You know, you can do with it what you will, but it's not gonna dominate the
Not what
game.
I expected. There's gotta be more here.
They would so if they didn't do that with Mario on the Wii, I don't think they're ever gonna do it now.
I'm gonna push it.
So, but yeah, so I'm thinking it'll probably just be chronological. We'll go straight into Majora's Mask after Ocarina and then work our way up.
Yeah.
Especially too because Breath of the Wild is obviously going to be the most
The biggest
massive,
chunk. Yeah.
the biggest chunk. Yeah, like I'm thinking with Breath of the Wild, the way I'm going to do it is I am going to try and get all 120 shrines.
God damn. All right. You were really going for it.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna 100% the game. I'm not gonna seek out all 900 Korok seeds.
Don't do it. You get nothing. You get golden poop.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I do want to get all 120 shrines and
Caleb's barbershop,
try to
the power plant,
do a
everywhere they've targeted. Money,
pseudo 100%
land,
of
control.
Yeah. 100% within your own parameters.
for sure a complete playthrough.
Ugh. Someone in a zoom lens.
But yeah, I feel like that's
They're
gonna
trying
keep
to
me
find me.
occupied through probably at least the end of the
Spike is
year, if
always
not
telling me to
longer.
keep the mask on. Think I'll take this off their hands.
Because I think at this
Can you
point
help
I'm
me run a
already
hybrid
like
attack?
Sure.
7
But first
episodes
try VAN
deep.
It's really good.
on Ocarina.
Vanessa?
7 episodes
this
deep, and I'm
setup belongs
probably
to who I
just
think
about
it
halfway
was.
through.
God. Yeah, I guess there would be shorter games in the beginning. Oh, interesting continuity. Fisk is still in
Who
prison.
are you?
Oh crap.
Fisk.
A child playing dress up, pretending to be Spider-Man.
I can sever the connection from here.
Spider-Man.
Just keep him talking.
Fisk. I stop what you're doing in Harlem. You're done in my neighborhood.
Your neighborhood. How touching. You'll learn that when you cross me, the people you want to protect are the ones who suffer.
You fucking edgelord. Just calm down. You're in prison, dude.
What did that mean?
I don't know. But we have to find out.
Oh, I guess I can't just go
I
up.
should head back to the park. Tell Haley I took care of these guys.
Dope.
The other thing I'm really noticing, again, a lot of it's muscle memory because I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild leading up to doing this.
Guys are attacking
The
CJ
glaring
Walker Park.
thing in Ocarina is how
Some were scattered around.
little fast travel there is,
Gotta hurry,
and
man.
how much
Yeah, it
how much
really wasn't a thing in that game.
Tell Haley.
yeah,
I'm
how
on
much
my
time
way.
you I mean it becomes a thing later on in the sense that like you can warp to the different temples, but it you're getting those one at a time, and it's only when you get to the very end of the game that you've unlocked all of the fast travel where you can go to like still 6 different places.
Yeah.
But so I would just, as I'm doing these for videos, it's like, holy shit, you spend a lot of time just like walking to places. At least with Breath of the Wild with 120 shrines, there's fast travel all over the goddamn place. You can
Yeah,
fast travel.
I
almost
love the
anywhere.
fast travel in Breath of the Wild. It's just like, it's not a big deal. You just go wherever you want to go. You just teleport around.
Yeah,
I
and
also
it's
never
unlocked-
use the fucking horse mechanics in Breath of the Wild.
No, the horse mechanics in Breath of the Wild are terrible. Whereas in Ocarina, it's almost a necessity, like just because the walking sucks so much.
What's the name of the horse? Eponia, right?
Epona, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, that's going to be, I think, the beginning of my next episode is. It's weird. There's the time travel mechanic plays into it. You have to go to the ranch as a child, touch base like make the connection, and then go back to being an adult, and then you can get the horse. Like it's
Strange. I blacked out most of that game, so it'll be good to rewatch it, especially because you know more than I do.
it's definitely like I think once it's all said and done, it's definitely like it's still my like game comfort food. Like it's still the game that gives me the most warm and fuzzies of any game ever. But it is definitely by no means a technical masterpiece. Like there are parts of it that are just awful.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an N64 game. No game is going to be fucking perfect.
Yeah. It's as close, other than maybe Star Fox 64, it's as close to a perfect game I think as you could find on the N64.
I do think the N64 is made for Star Fox. It's just, it uses the controller so well.
Yeah. It uses the controller so well. It was the first game that really heavily incorporated the Rumble Pack. So,
Oh, yeah.
like, it's like it was sold bundled with the Rumble Pack for a while.
How do you feel about like
it's just-
rumble in games? Is that something that like you're like, yay, it vibrates? I just have never really given a shit about it.
If it can be, I think it can be used in creative ways. Like I liked some of the ways that it was incorporated in Mario Odyssey.
Swinging at fucking nothing right now. Great.
Seeking out some of those moons in Mario Odyssey using the HD rumble.
Yeah, it gives like a hint.
Switch, like-
Yeah, okay. I'll
Yeah.
agree with that. I'll agree with that. It can be used well, but most of the time it's just like whatever.
Yeah, it was a little superfluous. I think it was probably perfectly married to that N64 like late PS1 era of like we need to dress up these otherwise kind of unimpressive graphics. Like
Yeah.
yes, it's a leap forward from the previous generation, but I don't think I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think anybody was under the impression in 1998, 1999 that those graphics were going to be evergreen, you know, like that was going to be, this is as good as it's ever going to get, you know, like it was great. Don't get me wrong. It was a huge step up from the Super Nintendo era,
Yeah.
but I think we all could agree and look at it and be like, okay, well, this is the start of something, but this is going to get better.
The only time I felt like it's never gonna get better than this is two moments. One, in the PS2 era when I saw cutscenes from Final Fantasy X, I was like, it can never get better than this. This is the best graphics ever. And then, once again, PS4
is done in Harlem thanks to us.
is
Don't say no.
Ghost of Tsushima. That game is fucking gorgeous. I have a hat!
That's a nice hat.
Danny, I have a hat. That's so exciting.
You got a hat and earmuffs.
Ah! Oh, I love it. This is awesome. Finish, new game plus, don't care. I want Bodega! I want the Bodega catsuit. Oh, the animated suit? What? What? I need 10 more activity tokens, Danny. I kind of want it.
Sounds like you need to do some side quests.
How do I get activity tokens?
You're right.
Side quests, right?
We did it
I
together.
think it's side quests, yeah.
How's it feel to be Harlem's friendly
I've
neighborhood
never wanted
spider?
anything more than my life than this animated suit right now.
Oh, almost forgot to tell you. Danica Hart heard what we've been up to. She wants me to come on her show.
That's
The sound design is like spectacular for this.
Nervous? No. I mean,
Just because I have headphones on, I can hear the thing going from ear to ear.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Nice little
The sound
musical
design-
touch.
that I'm wearing sweatpants.
The sound design is incredible, and I just love how much more time you spend in Harlem in this game, so you get the visuals. Like,
Yeah.
it's so much more vibrant of a world. Because, like, yes, Manhattan, the Manhattan equivalent that they build in Spider-Man 2018 is beautiful.
Yeah.
But it has the same sort of very true to life Manhattan sterility to it, where like
Yeah.
everything's super clean, everything's super like sharp lines. This has a little bit more of a lived-in feel to it. Has more color.
100%. Yeah. Like they do a decent job in Spider-Man with Did I get those tokens that I can now spend? I did! Danny, I can do it!
Live your best life, buddy. Yes. Speak your truth.
All right. Enemies take longer to break out of webs. I want damage from melee attacks. That one. Yeah. Because your boy gets fucking bopped in this game. Anyways. Oh my god, I look so cool! I've already forgotten what I was saying. Oh, this game, in Spider-Man 2018, they do an okay job making it feel somewhat lived in with a lot of the art, I've noticed. But this, they actually have, like, festivals. A DJ plays over there. Like, it's just some cool shit.
Culture.
It really, yeah, it's culture. It's the difference between having a fucking boring milquetoast white Spider-Man and an awesome Spider-Man. I was supposed to go see my uncle, I think. I guess we'll do that next time. Danny, you got anything to say before we go?
No, I don't. I'm very happy for you and your animated suit.
Guys, I've never been more excited. And of course, DanaCast comes back in. God damn it. Stay tuned for next week of the next Legend of Zelda podcast. We're really going to dive into the problems with Z targeting and why Midna is the sexiest companion. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Shutting him down is a career high.